Greetings over the diaspora to those that do not speak the languages that we speak. Grand rising to everybody. Welcome, welcome. Everybody, Stoners United, Crown Conscious, Black Crown Conscious, Knowledge Seekers, Knowledge Collectors, Woke Gang, Anti-Woke Gang, the Spiritualist, Chakra Hands, Tarot Card Gang. As long as you're all here in love and light, Grand Rising, happy new season. We are in the season of Gib, Dua Gib, Dua Lefatshe, Dua Umhlaba, Thokozani. As promised that I'll be showing up every time we get into a new season. And remember, this is just for consistency's sake, but nature is not stagnant like how we want it to operate. So it's not really rigid. You would feel the energy change, not necessarily Kadi 23, but for consistency, we start our season today. So please share in the comment section how the Heru season was for you guys. I thought it was a very important season. On the live session that we did on Wednesday, yeah, people on some, yeah, I wish the season could continue. Shout out, Zandi, what's up? The Heru season could continue. But look, carry the deity throughout the year if you want to, carry that energy if you want to, or carry the principles that you're working on if you want to. But let us get into today. If you're new here and this is content that resonates with you, please subscribe. Please like, please engage with us in the comment section. This is a knowledge sharing session. We are all hungry for knowledge. We are all students of life. So please feel welcome. And those who have been here before, thank you so much for returning. As always, thank you so much for your love and the good vibes. But today we're just doing an intro episode. So hlangana kahle on Tuesday when we're doing our spirituality episode. Okay, so let us start with today. It's going to be a short little one, but just to introduce us into the season. And then I noticed there's people who have a certain book or certain literature and they don't know how to use it. So we're going to start next week Tuesday of how we introduce the season, how we, if you want to get into the pattern or have some sort of ritual that you do or some sort of practice that you do on how you use this energy principle, from Umpatra Corner and whatnot. So I'm going to do that like we did for the Heru season. But for the Heru season, we did the sacred names, right? But a little bit of Umpatra thing. So I will do that on Tuesday. I think let us start there. But yeah, whichever way that you've been operating, just to get a feel what the principle is about, what the energy house is about. So an interesting phenomenon is also coinciding with our transition here. And I really love it when the calendar sort of matches with what is happening in the cosmos. So we're experiencing a full moon. We always say 5 days before, or for me, I do 3 days before. And then 5 days after, myself, I do 3 days after. So do the rituals that we spoke about, or do the practices that we spoke about, or whatever, in whatever way that you revere the full moon, because we still need to, the sun we see every day, but the full moon is also present daily. It's just sometimes it's not visible. But let us give reverence to that. Use it also to your advantage. So we're experiencing a full moon in the house of a Virgo. So where we are right now, right? So we say that we're in the Pisces season, and we call this Pisces house the dustbin of the zodiacs, right? Meaning that it's there at the end there, it is encompassing everybody. So but this is now based on the northern hemisphere, right? So because we're not at the end now, and because here the end, the Pisces in the north, they're going into a new year. They're going into the New Year, spring equinox yabona. Now got this religious holiday season that's coming, but got the autumn equinox, they're going to the spring equinox. So we are actually down here in the southern hemisphere experiencing Virgo, the house of a Virgo, right? Ding ding ding. So this full moon basically, because the ruling planet, or the planets that gives a higher influence in comparison to the other planets that are involved. I won't go into detail on that because that is not specifically the work I do. But yeah, I will delve in if we get into that, because I know we haven't gotten a hold of UV, but yeah, I'm meeting also interesting people who work with these cosmic dynamics and stuff. But yeah, just grab onto the little things, and I don't want it being confusing. But if you want to do natal charts, Hamampela, please just let me know. I will refer you to people who work with such. And then what else are we forgetting? Yeah, but basically this full moon is calling it's calling us to ask, oh, okay, are you serious with the things that you said you want to get serious with? So that is the time now. This is the things that you're using. So whether you elevated in the Heru season, and that you said this is the plan that I want to take forward, this is now the season yeah gap where now it's gonna be the theme that you're gonna be going by, the things that you say, oh, okay, these things matter to me, these relationships matter to me, these business endeavors matter to me, the business plans are the building plans. So this is gonna be a bit more long term. So it is calling upon us to discard the things that have served us but are no longer serving us right now. So yeah, that statement, I think I'm a little bit on the fence with it, because I think everything serves you in totality, even though it's a negative experience, but it is serving you in some way. That makes sense, right? Mm. Yeah. Anyway, so let us get into. I'm noticing something with my lamp. Sorry, so I'm a little bit distracted. But anyway, intro episode. We're gonna do the things that align us with the season of Gap. Other scholars pronounce it as Jeb, but Rona re bo Gap ma Gepula. So that's how we're gonna pronounce it in our house here. So it's always an 8 items countdown so that I do not forget. So our period starts on the 23rd of Feb up until the 23rd of 23rd of March, where we're gonna enter the season now, yeah, or sage, right, for us up here. And then so that's the period. And then the color is the color brown. So if you observe the color brown, or people that work with colors and energy and candles that vibrate in a certain way, so the common theme that you'd find is that the brown color is a very grounding color, it's a very stabilizing color. So this is a season where really you're gonna find a grounding, you're gonna find stability in the things that you're gonna be working on. And then, so that's two, and then the third one, the stone yatengi. So the stone is an amber stone. It's in the car again. So it's an amber stone. So it's a shade of like a yellow, orangish color. So which denotes to the bottom three chakras that I always speak about. So we have the root, we have the solar plexus, which we attended at the Heru season, and then we have the root, solar plexus, sacral, then the solar plexus. Yes, so sacral, then the solar plexus. So this stone, though, because of these colors, right? So you can use it whenever you're doing work, yeah, the sacral as well as the solar plexus. So you see how these principles also they hop into each other. They're so interdependent with each other, because last season we're working on the solar plexus. This is where now you need your decision making comes from, your stability, you being so decisive, you being so what's this being stable in your decisions, being consistent in your decisions. That's the thing that you need to work on, whether you deciding, it's my no is a full sentence, my no is a no. Gogo Tuli commented on the live session that we had on the Maya podcast, so I'm gonna go check as well what her other advice is. But because of that, and because for me, from the sacral chakra, we that is where we create, right? So in the little bit of the African spirituality that forms part of our spirituality as a people, um, we know, okay, well, people, scholars say, along my journey, this is something that I've learned, or rhythm, Tao spirit resides down there, right? And we'll get into that. I think Hariako, the Heteru season, we touched a little bit when we were doing like our maiden a live episode, League Queen, but just take this going forward. So the sacral chakra, that is where your creation point would come from, the creativity would come from, the idea, like where you're basically creating. And I guess it's so too, we've spoken about this actually. I'm repeating myself. We've spoken about this. If you know what that means. But we'll get into it. We'll get into it at the right time. But from the sacral chakra, you produce. And Baberekanka, the African spirituality stuff, they say, okay, Mdao resides there. This is the key power chahua, the things that you want to materialize, the things that you, and how also we touched on how sex is also is an energy of creation, right? So besides the reproductive purposes of it, that's where also you can birth ideas and concepts and birth a whole lot of things from the sacral chakra. But now you need sacral chakra, the solar plexus, feeling well balanced in order for your things to come to a material form, right? So, I went there on the stone here. What's up, chakra hands? Okay. And then we have the metal. Yeah, then the metal is the bronze metal. So bronze is not an element that exists naturally. So it is an alloy, meaning it's a combination of metals. So it's made up of tin as well as le copper. So copper, we know it was a nicely blood flow. Copper also is very for people being iron deficient. Yeah, I think that's good for that. And then with tin itself, so that one helps you in activating your spiritual um enlightenment, let's say that. And then also when you're doing work, yeah, prosperity, when you're doing abundance work, also tin comes into play there. So these two principles are these metals, they now alloyed into the bronze metal. All right. And then we have the incense, which is the patchouli. So you see it's a green box. It's also readily available. It's one of those easy to get ones. So it's a patchouli. It smells absolutely amazing. One of my favorite incense, not because it is from my energy house, but oh, sorry, but take you what too fast, ne? Yeah, let me slow down. What's up, G? Yeah. So patchouli, also with people that work a lot with abundance spells or prosperity spells, they use patchouli a lot, right? So I just love how it smells. Besides anything, it's very grounding, very calming as well. So get yourself that incense, and the scent is the olive. Again, I know we featured olive before that. So again, showing you the interlinkedness of all these seasons or how transition boom, we done here, we cut off here, we are here, but it's a smooth, continuous transition. How nature itself is so smooth. Or nature, yeah, we don't know. We're not gonna use pronouns. Yeah. Anyway, and then the tree, the season is a Persia tree. So if you've delved a lot into ancient Kemet or you searching for Egypt and whatnot, so a common theme or those Barakanan awakening, one of the first tattoos that you get or tattoo that you like think, oh, okay, no, this is what I want. So tree of life has always been a thing, Babang Baita, the theme as above, so as below. It is the roots and whatnot. But it's a very sacred, here I am speaking fast again, but it's a very sacred tree in ancient times. In ancient times was considered that. And with the Persia tree, so it denotes true life as well as fertility. And I know I said this on Wednesday as well, that every time we're thinking fertility, we're thinking the divine feminine. But when we go into the principle of gifts some more, we're gonna explain, okay, re tjho jwang na, re tjho jwang, what do we mean gap is a fertilizer, is a yeah, is a fertile entity. Sekgowa. Anyway, but yeah, well, we'll get into the fertility aspect of gap when we're doing our next episode. And then the animals that are associated. So you would see this deity is one of the few ones where it's not represented by an animal head, but they would be carrying a goose or a duck on top of their head in representation that you see. So animals associated. Remember, check the characteristics of these animals. So we have the goose, which was a sacred one for the pharaohs, which was sacred in the royal house. But we're gonna get into that some more. Ne? So okay, the goose or the duck, then the mongoose, the lizard, right? So in commonality, what you'd see about these animals, besides the tenacity, besides the courage behind it, there's also the stability, the stabilizing effect when you're looking at the character and you want to find what's the commonality between all of these. But yeah, we'll get into, I hope we'll have time to get more into the animal aspect of that. And then the last thing that I want us to touch on today is just the principle, the function, right? So the principle, what is the yeah, in the order of creation, what does Geb represent? So, but before anything, actually, before the principle, so Geb gave the god of the earth, right? Umhlaba, Lefatshe, hence the chant I was doing earlier on, Dua Geb, Dua Lefatshe, Dua Umhlaba. Very, very important one. And for Bomjolo 99, your perfect partner, but it's scary because it can be a soul relation. And these soul relationships are quite tricky, but quite essential. Yeah, so soulmates don't make you feel good all the time, but yeah, this is a chance for you to also look into a what is it, what is it that I need to heal if I reincarnated here? What is the lesson that I need to learn? So your perfect partner is a newt, And when we go touch a little bit on the mythology story, so Barigepli knew there was a point where they could not be separated, not even Ra himself, the great ancient ancestor or their great grandfather could separate them. And Shu, which is Umoya, which is their parent, right? Yes. Their parents had to put that division. So you'd see the shape, yeah, Gepli Nut Iliso, which would be the thing that I liked touching, like touching a little bit on, yeah, the shape, yeah, Lefatshe, it's a dome effect, but we're not going to go into flat Earth versus spherical Earth, a conversation. So God, so it's in a lot of texts they would refer to him as Grandfather Geb or the ancient ancestor, which was what a lot of Kemet civilization was based on. A lot of Kemetic spirituality was also based on. And when things now move, so remember in our creation story that we did on Moya, almost lied and said we did it here already. I know, guys. I know. I'm not gonna say it until we actually do it. But just for reference, so because creation happens in the 4 stages, and then now in the 3rd stage, that is where now things that were in the cosmos are materialized. And we're gonna go into this thing that I want to touch on the coming episodes that gave. But this is now the physical world. This is the remember we spoke about how Ptah now he fabricates the things. Okay, this is what's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. And then now, this is now the physical manifestation of everything that was worked on now in spirit. So now the more 3rd phase of creation had to enter more the realm where Geb operates. So Geb is from the Inyat, which is now a tomb at the top. But I think I want us to touch on this further in further episodes. So get Atum at the top, and then Atum births Shu and Tefnut, which is god of the air, the god of moisture, and then they birth Ugeb no Nut. So that is why Batidlos Laktali, Lokala, one of the ancient ancestors. That's what's low vibration. But we'll get into that. I just want to make this one our intro episode. And so get grandfather Geb. And what else I want to do the principle. So the principle, who is Gabe? How does Gabe show up now in creation? So the principle of Gabe is creation. So Skaki Wheeler writes about, load shedding. So Skaki Wheeler earlier on about the sacral chakra and the point of creation. So the principle of Gabe is creation, and then the function, Gepi, is vegetation. Okay, so we're gonna expand more into those ones when we meet up again on Tuesday. But happy season, happy new season to our Gabe. Dua Lefatshe, Dua Lefatshe, Dua Umhlaba, Dua Umhlaba. Thokozani Ankan Ma'at, happy today to it.